Let me ask you something. You wake up every morning, you go to work, you do everything right. And yet at the end of the month, you look at your bank account and wonder where it all went. You are not spending recklessly. You are not living some lavish lifestyle. But somehow, the money just disappears. And your savings account? It is just sitting there, barely growing, almost like it is standing still. Here's what I need you to understand right now. That feeling is not an accident. That is by design. Welcome back. If you are new here, this channel is where we talk about money the way nobody else does. No complicated jargon, no confusing charts, just real, honest conversations about how money actually works and how you can make it work for you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what your bank hopes you never figure out about your savings. We are talking about hidden mechanics, quiet fees, and silent wealth killers that are working against you every single day. Stay with me until the end, because point number 5 is the one that will genuinely change how you think about money forever. Let us get into it. Here's a scenario most people know too well. You finally save up $5,000. You feel proud. You put it in your savings account. You think, okay, I am being responsible. I am doing the right thing. And then a year goes by and you check your account expecting to see some kind of growth. And the bank has paid you something like $25 in interest. Maybe $30 if you were lucky. Meanwhile, that same bank took your $5,000, loaned it out to someone else at 18% interest on a credit card or 7% on a mortgage, and made hundreds of dollars off your money. Money that you worked hard for. Money that you trusted them with. And the worst part? They never told you any of this. They are not required to. And most people go their entire lives never questioning it. Today, that changes. Most people think keeping money in a savings account is the safe choice. And I understand that. It feels safe. The money is there when you log in. Nothing looks wrong. But here is what nobody tells you. If your savings account is paying you 0.5% interest and inflation is running at 3 to 4% per year, you are actually losing purchasing power every single month. Here is the math, and it is brutal. You put $10,000 in a traditional savings account. After 1 year at 0.5%, you have earned $50. But inflation at 3.5% means that same $10,000 can now only buy what $9,650 could buy last year. So in real terms, you lost $300. You did not save money. You slowly gave it away without realizing it. What you should do instead is look into high-yield savings accounts. Many online banks right now are offering between 4% and 5% annual interest. That same $10,000 earns $400 to $500 per year instead of $50. That is not just better, that is 10 times better. Rich people have known this forever. They never leave large amounts of cash sitting in traditional savings accounts. Never. Pay close attention to this one because this one hits different. Many traditional bank accounts charge you a monthly maintenance fee if your balance drops below a certain amount. It might be $10 a month, $15 a month. Sounds small, right? Let me show you why it is not. $12 a month in fees is $144 per year. Over 10 years, that is $1,440 gone. But here's the part that actually stings. If you had invested that $144 per year instead, and earned even a modest 8% return over 10 years, you would have over $2,000 from what you thought was just a small monthly fee. Banks design these minimums knowing that most people will dip below them occasionally, especially early in the month before payday. This is actually a huge mistake to tolerate, and most people just accept it like it is normal. It is not normal. There are dozens of banks and credit unions offering zero-fee accounts with no minimum balance requirement. One phone call, one account switch, and that quiet monthly drain stops forever. Here's what nobody tells you about how banks actually make their money. Imagine you walk into a bank. They are warm. They are professional. The lobby looks trustworthy. They offer you a savings account at 0.5% interest. Then 2 desks over, they are offering someone a personal loan at 12%, a car loan at 7%, a credit card at 22%. They borrow your money at 0.5% and lend it out at 7, 12, even 22%. The spread between those two numbers is their profit, and it is massive. Research shows that the average American family pays over $6,000 per year in interest on various debts. $6,000, going directly to the same institution paying them pennies on their savings. Most people completely miss this connection. They think of their savings and their debt as two separate things. Banks love that. The moment you see them as one system working against you, everything changes. Paying off high-interest debt is mathematically one of the most guaranteed returns on investment you can make. A 20% return guaranteed is impossible in the stock market, but paying off a 20% interest credit card is exactly that. This is the most important point in this entire video, so I need you to really sit with this one. You have probably heard the phrase compound interest before. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and he was right. But here is the thing most people do not realize. Compound interest is either working for you or against you. There is no middle ground. If you carry $5,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest and you only pay the minimum each month, that debt will cost you over $11,000 in interest over time. You borrowed $5,000 and paid back almost $16,000. That is compound interest working against you. But imagine instead you invested $200 a month starting today. At an average 8% annual return over 30 years, that becomes over $270,000 from $200 a month. That is compound interest working for you. The math is the same equation. The only difference is which side of it you are standing on. Rich people make sure they are always on the right side. And now you know how to get there too. Here's the turning point, and this one might actually surprise you. Most people are taught to save whatever is left at the end of the month. You pay your bills, you buy your groceries, you live your life, and if anything is left, you save it. This is actually a huge mistake, and it is the single biggest reason most people never build real wealth. Rich people do the exact opposite. They pay themselves first. The moment money comes in, a portion goes directly into savings or investments before a single bill is paid, before a single coffee is bought, before anything. Warren Buffett has said that he does not save what is left after spending. He spends what is left after saving. That one sentence is worth more than any finance course you could ever take. If you flip this script and automatically move even 10% of every paycheck into a separate account the moment it arrives, your brain adjusts. You live on the rest. You stop thinking of that 10% as available money. And over time, it builds into something real. Something that starts working for you while you sleep. Now here's the part I really want you to think about. Banks are not evil. They are businesses. Step 1. Google high-yield savings accounts this week and open one. Move your emergency fund there immediately. Going from 0.5% to 4.5% on $10,000 is an extra $400 a year for doing almost nothing. Step 1. Google high-yield savings accounts this week and open one. Move your emergency fund there immediately. Going from 0.5% to 4.5% on $10,000 is an extra $400 a year for doing almost nothing. Step 2. Check your current bank account for monthly fees. If you are paying any maintenance fee at all, research a no-fee alternative and switch. That money belongs in your pocket, not theirs. Step 3. Set up an automatic transfer. Even if it is $50 a paycheck. Set it up so it moves the moment your paycheck lands. Pay yourself first, every single time. Do not negotiate with yourself about it. Just automate it and let time do the work. 3 steps. That is it. Simple shifts that over 10 or 20 years add up to an entirely different financial life. Here is the bottom line. Your bank is not on your side, but that does not mean you are powerless. You now know what most people spend their entire lives never figuring out. Where your money actually goes, how banks profit from your savings, and exactly what to do about it starting today. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be financially is information and action. You now have the information. The action is up to you. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like because it genuinely helps more people find this information. And subscribe because next week we are breaking down the credit score secrets that banks and lenders hope you never discover. That one is going to be just as eye-opening as this. I will see you there.